Welcome back, everybody. We had a big day for some Diablo news today. The Campfire chat happened. I got to watch highlights. I skipped through little bit of it. I got to watch some of the build guide. Hey, Sacred, how's it going? Some of the build guide. Oh my gosh, reading. Got to watch some of the Campfire chat itself. I didn't get to watch all of it, but we're going to look at all the patch notes tonight and kind of figure out what we're going to be doing and where the Barbarian stands. To look at all, the only thing that I saw was just somebody in Discord that said Earthquake's dead, but that was about all that I've seen of the patch notes. So I'll have to catch up with that. Hey, Rock, how's it going? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you. I need it. I'm very tired. Close, Rock. You were second. Sacred beat Nightbot here. Okay. Hey, Chaos, how's it going? Good morning. How's it going? Yeah, Sacred was fast today. All right, so now I got to bring up my... We get the rest of the stream set up and we'll get going. Wait, duh. Okay. I wrote my first article also for Mobilix today while I was working. On my breaks, I wrote, and then when I got home, I added in a whole bunch of stuff. I've been working literally all day long. I gave myself 25 minutes to eat and watch a show. And that was it. I also have to upload all of my build guides to Mobalytics tonight as well. I got a lot to do still. DJ, hello? Now I'm eating and watching you, so I'm the show. Perfect. Morning. Yep. We're going to get patch notes up and running in a second. I am the food. Whoa, that's a little scarier. Hour and 25 minutes. We're also going to drop the latest podcast. Because that hasn't started yet, boss. That starts on the 5th or on the 6th of May. Which drops start then? All right. The very first thing I see, more Earthquake nerfs. right away. So, runes. I think for runes, we're going to look at where was it? I saw runes. Oh, there we go. Hey, Charmed. Runes, we're going to look here. We'll probably have a little bit more. Yeah, we can actually see what the runes are. Okay, so starting off with the runes. Zan. So what Zan does, your next attack will cause your hits to be a guaranteed critical strike and overpower. So it was for 0.25 seconds. They've increased that to 0.35 seconds. That's good, but that's still not a long time. Fix an issue where the effects of Zan Rune could be consumed by a shout skill. That's good. Fix an issue where Zan could be activated in the middle of a Spirit-born soar. So they're fixing some bugs with the Zan Rune. Heck, this one used to be 1400% increased to your earthquakes. Now the damage has gone all the way down, cut in half to 700%. Igni just had a bug fix. Fix an issue where the Igni rune was not casting at the target of the skill that is activating it. So that actually affected my Whirlwind Hammer of the Ancients build, which is why I didn't run Igni, I ran Puck. It would cast the earthquakes in a weird spot whenever I was using Igni instead of using the Puck rune. Now, Puck was actually worse than Igni because I had to rely on spending resources. So that's a good change there. Fix an issue where Puck rune did not consistently trigger when using the unlimited sprint granted by this ring right here. So that's going to be updated. Neo, fix an issue where the Neo rune would not generate offerings when blocking damage with a barrier. Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't know that happened. But I guess that makes sense. I did know that, actually. I used that. I was running, and I actually used that on the PTR. I put on Outlaws? I have a Met rune that I can't use. What's that? Blackmailers. I don't know why I thought Outlaws. Oh, Met rune. Oh, wait, is it already in the game? Right here. Fix an issue where the removed rune Met could still drop in rare circumstances. So with Neo, I actually would use Neo in combination with Sabotage or with Sabotagers because it would give me Barrier, and Barrier would block damage to my life, and then I would get back my offerings. So that might actually not happen. So Q rune, this is the Bulwark. Fix an issue where the Q rune would trigger Druid's backlash passive. Okay, so that's, I guess, technically a nerf. Fix an issue where the Q rune combined with a Fio would not clear CC effects when a player has enhanced Earthen Bulwark applied to as a Druid. That's a buff right there. So, and then they removed the invisible rune. And it's now gone. Those are all the changes to the runes. Not a ton of them. This one's a big one. This one's going to hurt Barbarians again, but that's okay. We'll survive. We had some bug fixes. Shroud of False Death. So Belial's Return. We already went over all of the boss power changes. These are pretty big drops, as everybody saw. We posted a whole video on all of the boss changes. So if you guys want to see that, you can watch that video. Easy. Thank you for the follow. Let me get some stuff back up on the screen here. I was recording. Hey, Violent. Barbs might do damage. We can state without scientific notation. Yes, they will. They'll be fine. So we talked about all of these here. Those are all in the previous one. So Barbarians here. We got 20% additional increase to Whirlwind. And Furious Whirlwind. Bleed damage is increased from 40% of Whirlwind's base damage over 5 seconds to 120% of weapon damage over 5 seconds. We recognize that none of these options were previously attractive for a pure Whirlwind build, so we've adjusted the bleed option to compensate as a powerful second choice. They didn't. I was really, really hoping beyond hopes that this would change. That Violent Whirlwind would go back to that right there, which it used to be. Channeling Whirlwind for 2 seconds increase the damage of your neck, or increase Whirlwind's damage. But now it increases the next weapon mastery skill. Hoping that that wasn't going to be the case, but that's what we got. So we'll make it work. Double swing. Got a slight damage, a 10% damage increase. That's not bad. And then fury cost is reduced by 5. That's even better. We're going to be making a double swing build, by the way. Hammer of the Ancients got a 10% buff also. And a reduction in fury cost. Or upheaval, I'm sorry. Hammer of the Ancients got a like 9% increase. And then a reduction in fury cost. I don't necessarily like the reductions in fury cost, though. If you want to build an overpower build and you want to proc the BLT, then you don't want to spend less fury. And when you double this damage from Hammer of the Ancients, let's say, now missing out on 10 fury per cost instead of just 5. You're going to double it through your key passive. So that, I don't really like that as much. Eat BLT with all the time you have to spend casting twice. That's a great idea. I'll have some BLTs ready. We should do that. So this right here, this is interesting. They nerfed Mighty Throw, even though Mighty Throw is being premiered. I mean, Mighty Throw was hitting very hard on the PTR without any boss powers, like very hard. Like one-shotting Belial hard. Trillions of damage. No boss powers whatsoever. The value was adjusted to a reasonable level to compensate for a bug fix made to Warrior's Mighty Throw, but it was ultimately a result. But it will ultimately result in heftier bunks. $150. So nobody knows yet, Dylan. Not until we get into season 8 and start running builds. Nobody knows what the best build is going to be. People are going to speculate a lot, but nobody knows until we get in there and start trying it out. Hey, party girl. PTR is a public test realm. Wait, what? From what I heard, they buffed Bloodwave, even though they nerfed it, and then they buffed it again. But I don't know how good it's going to be, but they did buff it. Thank you, Dylan. But that doesn't mean that Bloodwave is going to do what it's doing in this season, because it won't. It will be very strong, but it definitely won't be Season 7 strong. Hey, Rob, how's it going? This is interesting. They buffed the damage of Steel Grasp from 35% to 80%, but then proceeded to nerf the bonus from 400 to 200%. New season starts on April 29th. I am looking forward to putting some builds together. We're going to probably do something tonight. Number of charges gained increased from 1 to 2, so you can have 3. We've moved some of the damage bonus from Steel Grasp baseline to make gaining additional charges a more attractive option. This increase in damage for both options. But weird. Okay. I guess with the changes to quota, cost reduced, damage increased. Yeah, we were actually just talking about that. Let's be cute. It's great for leveling, but the damage cost reduction is actually a nerf. Especially when you're talking about straight damage from Hoda. You really don't want the damage cost reduced. Care what they did. I played Druid. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the season 2, boss. I don't really care what they do. I'm going to enjoy all of it. It said, wait, what, Rob? Which video are you looking at? Yeah, so the only reason that it's a nerf, let's be cute, is because if you want to run the BLT, which is how you run overpower builds, which is the strongest way of running any straight damage build, you need to spend more Fury. So if they're taking away Fury, then we're not going to proc the BLT as much, which means that we're going to be losing out. It seems small, but at 10 times however many times we're going to be casting, it ends up being quite a bit. Oh yeah, it happens, Rob. I misspeak quite a bit sometimes, or I'll miss something or say something wrong. I'll have to go change something, but it happens. All right. Executioner's Aspect. That is a pretty big nerf. So 66% nerf to this here. Earthquakes maintain a clear advantage over other builds in the PTR, even after updates meant to bring in line with other builds. These changes aimed to return them to the levels we want, make room for more barbarian builds to enter the spotlight. Okay, I don't. Wait, what do you mean? You mean the 15th to the 29th, Boz? Yeah, that's a massive nerf. Yeah, that's gigantic. Yep. Yeah, it's capped too. Yeah. Let's see what I'm running for that execution aspect right now. I don't think that 10% increase damage to all of the other core skills is going to be enough to make up for this here. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's on obviously. So I'm not too sure if the numbers that they were looking at in terms of strength. Well, I guess they did it based on the PTR. I'm not sure, but earthquakes were so strong in this season because of the witch powers. this aspect right here. I mean, obviously this is strong. 850-ish% is super super strong. Um, but 840% is what we're at now. But what really makes it strong is you get up to like 9,000. Yes, that's correct. Yep, they pushed it back from the 15th to the 29th, like a month ago, I think. We're looking at the patch notes for that just dropped here. So, Twin Strike's critical strike chance affix replaced with chance for double swing to deal double damage. Huh. Okay, so double swing now. If we go to tempers here, we look at double swing, charge kick, ground stomp, vehement sprawler. So this has a chance for double swing to hit twice. Now, if you look at every other one, deal double damage, deal double damage, deal double damage. Double swing was the only one that had a chance to hit twice. No, I think they just wanted more time to work out the seasonal stuff, and they wanted more time on the PTR. I think that's why they pushed it back. So, hey, Luna. We're just getting into the patch notes now, but this is cool. So we're definitely. I had planned on doing double swing already. So that is actually that right there is actually a really big buff to double swing. We're gonna get double swing has a chance to deal double damage now. I don't know what the chance is. Maybe when we get to the aspects or the gloves itself, we'll see the unique. But that is big because that's going to deal double damage. You don't need critical strike chance. It's so easy to cap out on critical strike chance. So that's actually a really nice change. And not only that, but it got buffed. It got a 10% buff to damage. The Fury cost, whatever. That's a nerf, but that's okay. So this here, 10% increase of damage, chance to deal double damage, and chance to hit twice, all wrapped up into one double swing. Double the strikes, double the chance. Double the damage. Spearmint gum. All right, Druids here. I haven't played much Druid, so all of this stuff is just Druid stuff that happened. This changed to this, and then that changed to that. And then we got a little bit of this going to that right here. Then some of this happened here with this. The amount of Druid builds that I've played over the last couple seasons. Hey, Elmo, how's it going? Is not very much. You know what I haven't been able to do is find a Druid to interview for the podcast. So, hey, how's it going, Basil? Now, we'll just go through this quick anyway. Storm Strike, chain acquisition radius is increased, so that's a buff. Cyclone Armor, non-physical damage resist, that's also a buff. Passive damage increase for the Ravens. Man, that's really good though. So I have a Druid build that is companions. The Ravens were already the strongest. They're getting a 66% increase to damage. That's huge. I'm so sorry at this game, but it's fun. What do you mean you're so sorry? Which build do you think is going to be S tier? It's hard to tell right now. I haven't gotten through it yet. I haven't got through the patch notes, but they're buffing Blood Wave, so Blood Wave is probably still going to be pretty strong. The Spiritborn's got a great buff with the way that their key passive is going to scale with Ashavas. So that is probably going to be really good. But maybe Ravens, the new meta. Ravens were hitting for like billions and billions and billions of damage. More than the Druids. Now, more than the Wolves. Wolves had quantity. Raven's Head quality. Big boomy. So Spiritborn might have a season coming back, Poison, which is super fun because that's the leveling build that I put together every single season. It's been Poison, and I've played Poison every season, so that might be good. Bloodwave's probably going to be good. On the Barbarian, I think the Barbarian will be good. The nerfs to Earthquake is going to hurt, but Barbarians will definitely have some good builds. I just don't know how it's going to stack up against something like Bloodwave and now the Spiritborn, so I'm not sure. We're going to build it. If you build the barbs, they will come. That's all I know. Summoner Druids are super fun. I built one this season and amazing. We stand big boomy ravens. That's the one. Poison Creeper, increased damage. Active damage is also increased as well. We're looking at a companion druid right here. If they had buffed wolves, that would be amazing. All right, basic skill generation is increased. They've been working on getting these druids more resource generation in the early game as best they can. So they just buffed it by quite a bit. Can't play blue. They might. The Barbarians. Married the Barbarians. Always. Earthen Might. Well, the guaranteed critical strike buff is active. Now also gained 50% increased critical strike damage. Earthen Might can now be procced again while the buff is active after a very short delay. Interesting. Okay. Nature's Fury. Channeled skills now periodically activate Nature's Fury skill. Oh, that's Stone Burst, right? Is the only channeled skill that druids have. Oh, here it is. Stone Burst. Oh, wait. Forgot to turn this on. Stone Burst triggered by Nature's Fury now channels to maximum size before exploding. Okay, interesting. Spirit Boons, maximum spirit reduced. Oh. Spirit generation increased. Okay. Legendary aspects. Previously, Storm Strike's damage is increased by target and increases damage to target. Takes from you. Okay. Now, Storm Strike chains to twice as many targets and increases the damage the targets take from other skills. Okay. So twice the damage, minus 50x, probably less, a lot less. And then more damage that they can take from you. So probably about even, but more AoE damage. So I think that's good. I haven't got through all the patch notes yet, Alchemist, so I'm not sure if they changed leveling like that. Curious about Call of the Ancients build I saw somewhere. Or, well, they nerfed a lot of the ultimate skills. They put caps on all the ultimate skills. So I don't know if it's going to work. They also nerfed Urivar's. Oh, wait, is it Urivar's? Yeah, Urivar's was reducing the ultimate cooldowns by 5 seconds. They nerfed that too. They gave it a percentage cooldown, which is way worse than a fixed cooldown. Oh, wait, sit-ups. Okay. I got to do a couple. I'll do a couple sit-ups in a second. Yep. Decay rate. Health hunger. I don't know. Sure. Okay, developer note, the break between the benefits of anemia, anima of the forest allows for a much larger bonus to be granted effect with feedback testing. We've decided to increase the uptime of this effect by 50%, giving it much greater boss fighting effectiveness in order to help the moment of power feels more consistent. Okay. All right, here we go. Necromancer. Blood Lance now always spreads. This was their attempt to rebalance Blood Lance because they made it so that single target damage was better, but then the AoE damage suffered, which Blood Lance was always really great at AoE, so they're changing that. Blood Wave got a 50% increased damage. Not huge, but still, It's already strong. Bone Storm got a damage increase also. They are passive in effects. Terror. Previously, you dealt increased shadow damage to enemies who are slowed or chilled. Now, you deal increased shadow damage to crowd-controlled enemies and increased shadow damage to elites and bosses. And they stack. Okay. Vampire Curse. Now considered a curse or various necromancer's effects. Specifically, affliction, amplified damage, frailty, aspect of damned. Okay. Damage for the Unleashed Soul is now considered a summoning skill. Corpses consumed during bonus duration now count towards refreshing the bonuses. Scent of Death legendary node. Yeah, we're not there yet. We're getting there, Post. We're getting there. But I think that the Necromancer, even with Blood Wave, was still these one of, if not the strongest class on the PTR, or ability on the PTR. Now, Sorks could scale up really, really strong with the boss power, but I think that Blood Wave itself was still the strongest ability on the PTR, even with all the changes to it. But I'll get down to all of that, the legendary aspects and items and stuff, right in a second. Yeah. Yeah, build variety is nice. With at least 2 corpses nearby, you gain damage reduction. With no corpses by, you deal 15% increased damage. Wow, that's a really big buff. When are you not going to take that? Like, you're always getting that. Gain 15% straight damage reduction. All the time. And you deal 30x increased damage. That's great. Alright. Grant unstoppable rather than unhindered. I think I'd probably rather have unhindered because you get unstoppable from other sources. Duration reduction from 5 to 6%. Okay. No, the 29th is when the season comes out. Aspect of service and sacrifice. Damage from your skeletal warrior explosion is now considered summoning damage skill. Okay. That's weird that it wasn't before. Yeah, you're gonna... Yeah, seriously. Well, we haven't got to try it out yet. Quakes did get nerfed, but we don't know what it's going to feel like in the season yet, Matthew. It definitely is going to not be close to what it was doing before. That's for sure. So we'll have to see how it actually feels when we get into the season and start scaling with some boss powers, but it got nerfed. Okay, increased damage. Okay, I mean, that's good. This one got a pretty big buff, I think. Do it also. Rogues. I heard Death Trap got done. Oh no, Tub. I'm playing Barbarian. I play Barbarian every season, no matter what. Any tips on finishing the season journey? You need to hit level 20 on the seasonal journey? Well, it depends on what you have left. Hope Bleed Bar becomes a meta next season. They didn't make any changes to the key passive for Bleed, so it probably won't be. Hey, 80? Yeah, Elmo, I heard about that too. But yeah, I don't know. So Shadow Clone is now always a cutthroat skill. That's a really great change. Shadow Clone's also very strong already, so that's going to be even better. Death Trap, the base cooldown is nerfed. Cooldown reduction from the kill is nerfed. Oh, wait. Cooldown reduction from overpower, killing or overpower. Yep, that's a nerf. Prime Death Trap. Bonus, that's a nerf. The Death Trap is getting taken down a notch. Trap expertise, tempering recipes moved. Trap expertise tempering recipe is moved from offensive to the utility category. That seems pretty good. Hold on, let me see what that is. Yeah, a couple notches. All right, a couple notches. Couple notches. Okay. There are some good things coming, though, I promise. There are some good things coming. Season 8 Rogue. Let's look at tempers here. Weapon. We're looking for expertise. Trap expertise. What is trap expertise? Trap. Did it already move? Oh, wait. Is that the wrong one? Hold on. From offensive. Weapon, offensive. Maybe Mobalytics already moved it? Nope. What is it? Is it the whole entire thing? All right, here, let's just do it here. Be easier. Okay, and then now your inherent affixes no longer applied or skill tag to grenade skills. Okay. Unique power, previous Scoundrel's Leather. Trap skills can be thrown and will spawn a death trap every 10 seconds when cast. Step through shadow. Now your trap skills can be thrown and will spawn death trap every 10 seconds when cast, granting you increased damage. Okay. So you can still cast. So you can still get death trap every 10 seconds with Scoundrel's Leather. Where's my rogue? Where's my rouge? Rouge. The Sorcerer. Oh, they call it a sorcerer here, not a sorceress. Huh. It's the only one that has two definitions. I think that it'll probably work just like earthquakes being thrown. Connor? Okay. Let's check this out here. I need a weapon. I need a weapon. So tempering here from offensive. Trap expertise. Okay. So this is being moved into utilities, which is actually a really great change. So that's a good change right there. Hi, Bagel. Bagel has a vet appointment on Saturday because not good. Came home, fed him dinner, and he threw up probably about 10 times after that. So, and then wanted to just keep drinking water, which is a good thing, but he was throwing up because he was drinking water. And then I took the water away so that he didn't keep on drinking. Not sure what the meta is yet. We're going through everything yet. So I took the water away, put it up on top, and let him like just drink like a little couple sips here and there to make sure he kept it down. But he would walk over to the mat where the water normally is, and he would stand there and just stare at me. And then he would just lay down on the mat and stare at me. So then I would give him just a little bit more water, took it back, and then give him a little bit more water. It was a rough. I went through so many paper towels cleaning everything up. Not good. Poison trap, okay. We'll see. Okay, so ice shards projectiles now spawn slightly farther behind the player to consistently hit close enemies. That's a good change. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, but we'll have to see. Like I said, we can speculate all we want and look at the numbers, run the numbers, but until you get into the season and you find out what exactly is still broken, what's not broken, you have no idea. You could run the numbers all day long, and then you get into the season and nothing's like that. It happens. It's happened a lot before. I like to use season 2. I think it was. Yeah, I think season 2. I think if you go back and you Google or YouTube all of the tier lists for season 2, pretty much everybody put the Barbarian at the bottom. The worst, hands down. You want to know who was number 1? It was the Barbarians. A brand new build, which was life-changing. The Whirlwind Hammer of the Ancients build came out of that season, and it was insane. It changed everything. Like, changed the face of Barbarians that from then on. So you can't say one's going to be stronger than the other. Now, you can listen to the tier lists if you guys want, but my advice is to play the class that you guys like playing. Don't go... They were at the very end. They had the fastest clear, but the overall best use of the Barbarians and what dominated the most that season was the Barbarian. The Blurred Beast interaction for the Druids that they found at the very end of the season was incredibly strong for the pits, or for AOZ. So they did post the fastest clear on the Druid. But in terms of just like straight clearing and overall use, the Barbarians definitely carried that season. It was easy to put together. It didn't require much at all. The Druids were very specific, and it was a very hard build to run. Ball Lightning Sork was really good. Nope, Ball Lightning Sork was really good that season too. This is a big one right here. This is actually a really, really big change. No, Avalanche is actually really good. Because you get straight 60% increased damage. And then on top of that, if they're vulnerable, you gain an additional 25x. It is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, straight 85x all the time, as long as you can get vulnerable up. That's it. There's no keys, there's no caveats to it. This is a huge win for your ice sorks. That's a big one. Shivering aspects got increased. And then ice aspect now scale with ranks of deep freeze. And okay. Ice spike now spawns with the aspect now scales with ranks of blizzard. Glacial aspect here scales with ranks of blizzard. This one scales with ranks of ice armor. Frozen aspect of frozen memory. The avalanche key passive now applies 2 additional casts of its damage to vulnerable enemies is increased by 50-75%. Now, avalanche key passive now reduces the cost of your frost skills by an additional 30%, and its damage to vulnerable enemies is increased. Frost skills cost reduction is additive with key passives. Okay. Pretty sure Blizzard will still Ice Shards is my beloved. Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what all the builds come out of this. I haven't got that far yet, fastest. I'm at the very beginning of everything. I'm right here out of the whole patch note, so I'm not too sure yet. Bring recipe. Okay, so this is for all classes here. Did they just change the wording? They must have just changed the wording here. Yeah, so new wording, which is because we have these. Well, here actually, I'm in game right now. We have those tempers, um, but it's just straight damage. I want to say. I wonder what damage it is and how much it is, because we have those. Like we have elemental surge. Oh, elemental finesse. It's finesse. Additive is fine. This is what we use. I use these when leveling because these are super strong. Even with a rare, not a legendary temper, these are very, very strong early game. So I gotta do that. Yeah, yeah. Yep, right here. Yep. And so that means that you can do both. So when you start getting your legendary pieces of gear early on, you can put your elemental surge on, and then you can come over to your offensive, and then you can put on your um, elemental finesse. Level 60, Torment 1. What is the number one thing I should focus on? I have a video for you, Top G. If you come over here to cliptus.com and you go to your Diablo 4 videos here, you go right over to the game how-to videos, and then you're going to go to this one right here. Level 60, now what? That video will also have a link to this right here, which I did update a little bit for Season 8, but it's going to have all of the endgame activities in it, and it explains it all in the video. So cliptus.com, go to the Diablo 4 videos, and then you watch the level 60 now what video. So the damage for Blood Wave got buffed coming out of the PTR. That happened. But the overall Blood Wave has been nerfed by a lot. There is no pit 200. Pits go up to 100 right now. Or 150 right now. Okay, so Belial got buffed. They gave him more life and damage, but to make him harder, they actually added new tricks, such as a second slam attack during the first phase of the encounter. So I do like that. Not, like, if they want to make something harder, just scaling up the life infinitely doesn't really make it harder, it just makes it longer. But if they add more things to dodge, that's good. So I haven't cleared pit 150, but I never push. I'm not a grinder. I'm not a blaster. I just casually play the game and enjoy it. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll probably see more miscellaneous experience. Okay, so this right here, this is a big one that I think a lot of people can be happy about. That we're worried. The experience reward reduction between level 1 and 25 has been lessened to create a smaller difference between this season and last season, right here. No, there's no pay to win in this game at all. You can trade for items, but you only use in-game currency. Now, people can buy items with real money, which we absolutely do not suggest doing. It is against the terms of service, and your account can get banned. But there's no way to pay to win. It's nothing's in-game. The only thing that you can buy in-game is cosmetics. But you can't do good if you don't look good, so there's that. Doesn't grind nor blast, just plays. So this is really good. People will probably be pretty happy about this. The grind won't be so much. This was really good too. Magic seasonal powers now cost 40% less spectral ash, and the rare seasonal powers now cost 20% less. That's really, really good too. No, I main Barbarian. I'm wearing a Barb Nation hoodie. Spend a lot of money on the costume store. Yes, 100%. We adjusted the odds at which you can upgrade your Paragon glyphs when your pit tier is lower than your glyph. Again, super good, very great quality of life there. I'm not sure if it says it in here yet or not, Gunner. Okay, so here. All right, so you basically, if you want to level up your glyphs and you can only clear pit 50, you can do it. But it's only a 1% chance to upgrade. It doubles every pit tier, every 10 pit tiers, until you're above, right? So if you're clearing stuff above your glyph level, then it's always going to be that like 80, 90, 100%. But you can now upgrade your glyphs, this is a huge, huge change. You got a 0% chance when the glyph was 10 levels or lower. Now you have a 1% chance 50 levels or lower. That's really, really big and a really, really great quality of life change, because you can play your off-meta builds, which I do every single season, and now you have a chance to upgrade those glyphs. It might be slower than your meta builds and whatever is doing really, really well this season, but this is a really, really great change. It's good to see. All of the classes are very strong right now. They're at a relatively good spot. Some of the builds have some really crazy outlier builds with stuff that's overperforming, but they're all very strong. Saying there's a chance. Monster health increase for the pit tiers has been lessened to create a smaller difference between this season and last. Okay. Is everybody happy? We got faster leveling. Not the same, but faster leveling. Glyphs can be upgraded a lot easier. The monster scaling in the pits has been lessened. That should make things a lot better. Yeah, 6 to 7 pit tiers higher. That is definitely doable. It's also only pit level 55. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It really does make a lot of sense. I know you're joking. I know. It makes a lot of sense why they overplay things a little bit, because then you get a better idea of what is really not working versus small changes where you really might not notice anything. All right, so here we go. Belial's Return. Fix an issue where defeating a lair boss could reward reputation. Okay, interesting. Fix an issue where Wandering Death's chest beam would continue to deal damage after the player stopped channeling it. That's very funny. Fix an issue where the apparition incursion whispers could not be completed in the field of giants. Okay, so we're going to be getting whispers for the incursions, which is a really big change as well, because that gives you more incentive to go out of your way and do one. So I do like that. Yes, everything except renown resets. That's it. The only thing that stays is renown. Leveling is not as difficult now anymore. Okay, Barbarian fixes where Bane of Dresden would pause its timer when swapping weapons. Oh, interesting. There was a bug in season... When did we get Loot Reborn? Is that 6? 5? Season 5? Or 4? Season 4? Yeah. So 4... So in season 3, I did Uber Lilith on a Barbarian with only yellow gear on. I had no aspects whatsoever. And I was relying on... what the heck is the name of the... Bonebreaker. I was relying on Bonebreaker aspect to deal overpower damage. But there was a bug with it that if I started attacking, like Whirlwind, Hammer of the Ancients, right? Because that's what we were using. When I would use that, the timer would stop going up and I wouldn't overpower. So I have to like run around in a circle for 12 seconds and then overpower. It was very interesting. Fix an issue where Mighty Throw was generating additive damage bonus rather than a multiplicative. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, so this... Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Here, let's... So this is it right here. Every 12 seconds, your next Mighty Throw detonates. And then pulses instantly for fire damage. That's the one that was stopping right there. Mythic gear is not always the best. It depends on the build, depends on the class. And then some of the mythic gear, nobody uses some of the pieces whatsoever. So it really just depends on it. So that's what it is, Vastus. Okay. This makes a lot more sense here. Why they changed Mighty Throw the way they did. Fix an issue where Mighty Throws or Mighty Throw was let's try words again. Fix an issue where Mighty Throw was granting an additive bonus damage rather than multiplicative. So they took Mighty Throw's damage and went from 200% down to 50%. That's a nerf. But they changed the additive damage that it was generating to a multiplicative. So it's probably counteracting itself. So Mighty Throw will probably be pretty strong still. They are Season 8 only, yeah. Passes. Damage bonus on freeze enemies that are moving. When was that, Luna? Okay. Orlando? Hello? All right, Vessel of Hatred. We went... Okay, so this is the Spiritborn here. Sunbird's Gorget. But this doesn't have a comparison, does it? This just shows you what it is. Oh, this has an increase. Okay, increased to 80. Dealing fire damage. Storm Feathers are now Jaguar skills, and the Firestorm is an Eagle Jaguar, and the Storm Feather skill. Okay. Okay, so then they increase Rushing Claw's base damage. I think they really want Rushing Claw to be a thing this season. That's a pretty big boost, too. That's a very big buff. All right, Rune Words. We already looked at the Rune Words. Spiritborn bug fixes. Actually, if you look at the Wowhead article, bug fixes and not much else for the Spiritborn. that's what it says. Bug fixes and not much else for the Spiritborn. Okay, apprehension is moved from utility to offensive. Interesting. That actually kind of hurts. That was really good as a utility. That was really good as a utility. Okay, and then this damage was increased by 30%. Damage was increased. Okay. This has finally been fixed. Crowd of False Death was granting skill points to the Spiritborn key passive. Unyielding hits would not properly work with Sun Gorget. Okay, intricacy, not trigger touching death. Okay. All right. Partially reversed. Frost is finally seeing some buffs in the Sorks. Death Trap, yep. Death of Death Trap, okay. Runes, we saw the runes already. Miscellaneous base game. Doom. This got a buff. They increase the intelligence. They increase the damage here. Aspect of service and an offensive amulet. That okay. Dork. Increase damage. Whirlwind, we saw that already. Saw Fighter Steel Grasp. None of this changed at all. This is all still the same. Still the same. Stone Burst got changed. Saw that already. Saw the Death Trap happened already. Saw Scoundrel's Kiss. Lightning Spear got improved the targeting system for Lightning Spear. Interesting. Okay. Wasn't even something I thought about. Enchantment Master. Previous year enchantments are okay, and then okay. All right. Bosses in apparitions and incursions events now grant bonus experience. So that's really good. The bonus experience that is going to be granted from the bosses will make it a little bit better to go to during the leveling process. Whispers have been added. That was great. Ancestral Cache added to in the season of Witchcraft is now available as baseline. That's good that they left that in because that was really good. I actually wish they would have dropped the initiate cost down a little bit. But yeah, no, that is a very good change, that keeping that in. I wish they had dropped the initiate down, like maybe like 932. That would have been fun to see. Here are the horde keys for lair boss type. Initiate are yeah, well, actually do we have the graphic anywhere? Let's see. See if I can grab the graphic real quick. See what it looks like. Where did it go? What? Weird. Oh, okay. I went to the wrong one. Hey, Pan, I'm doing good. Doing good. We're going through the patch notes. Here we go. So this is how the boss looks, or the boss ladder is going to look. We'll see if we can find where the Judicator's mask ends up. No, there's no DPS meters. Thanks for the shout out. So you get your basic here. It's been reduced. Now you need Malignant Hearts, Living Steel, Distilled Fear, Blood, and then the Judicator's Mark. That will let you summon all of these bosses. Now these bosses each drop. This has been reduced, right? Your Urivar is going to drop Abhorrent Hearts. You have to have the expansion to do these. That's why there's no connection to the rest of them. So you have to have the expansion to these here. But what all of these bosses can drop are Stygian Stones. Now, you don't need the Stygian Stones like you did when Stygian Stones first made their appearance and everybody hated them. Now, when they drop, they actually will allow you to break them down and give you any material you want for any of these here. Uriel and Dariel Harbinger. So this is actually a really good change because you can get your Punctured Doll or your Shard of Agony or your Abhorrent Heart to drop as well as a Stygian Stone, which will give you more access to the greater lair bosses. Then these will drop your Betrayer's Husk, but only from your Surprise Ambush. So the Surprise Ambush can drop from any of these here. And if we looked at the seasonal journey, I don't remember where it was. I'll have to find it again. But the seasonal journey is going to have an increased chance to get the Surprise Ambush from Belial. So you're going to have to get your Ash from your seasonal journey, which is why the seasonal journey is so important this season. They moved it from the Battle Pass into the seasonal journey, which is a great change. Very good change. Needed to be done. Gives a lot more meaning to the seasonal journey. Then you get an increased chance for these surprise attacks. Now, I did find a lot of these surprise attacks on the thing. Sounds good, Steven. I hope you enjoy it. Wondering what percent the surprise ambush. I actually got a lot of ambushes, and I didn't really do a lot of bosses on the PTR, and I did get ambushes. And then we have a chance to increase it with the seasonal journey also. So, yep, brand new lair bosses. And then once you get your surprise and they drop your Betrayer's Husk, then you get a big bad Belial, Uber Belial, Giga Belial, Ultra Belial, whatever you want to call Belial. He's going to be the end-all, be-all, your exalted lair boss right there. So that's the way that the map is going to work right here. So these are optional here. So it says drops, required, optional, right? So drops, these are all required. The dotted lines are the optional ones right there. There's never been any damage meters in Diablo at all. And there won't be any here. And what damage meters do, yeah, it creates toxicity. And so, which is really unfortunate. And that's just not something that you're going to see in Diablo. Okay, so here we go. First, unique items dropped by lair bosses will be from their unique pool. So every boss has its own unique pool. The first drops are going to be from that. Unique items will have a 50% chance to be from the general unique pool. In Torment Difficulty 3, an additional guaranteed unique from the item pool will drop. So in Torment 3 or above, you're going to get an additional item from that boss's specific one. Okay, so when partying, lair bosses have a chance to... Okay, you can get up to one additional unique item if you have a a full party of 4. Then you have a smaller chance with less people. Lair bosses, 7 unique items, torment 4 instead of 6. So now increase the number of horde keys you receive from each item. Held-Tide chests drop more living steel. Oh, here it is. Okay. Held-Tide chest drops more living steel. Nightmare dungeons drop more distilled fear. Blood Maiden drops more exquisite blood. For each contributed baneful heart. So you want to do that. They're not forcing parties, but you just get 1 extra piece of gear if you have a party. The boss mats don't need, the boss mats give you the gear. You don't need the boss mats to summon the boss. You just need the boss mats to open up the chest that gives you gear. Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know, Gunner. Okay, so the Legion events will drop Exquisite Blood. World Boss will drop Exquisite Blood. Random boss keys are more likely to be a key other than the Malignant Heart. Yeah, there's a lot of new things. A lot of new things. So, random boss keys are more likely to be a key other than the Malignant Heart, which, as you guys know, Malignant Hearts dropped like crazy. Everybody had so many eggs. So many eggs. So that's a big change right there, but it doesn't tell you where Urvars drop from. We're gonna have to find it out when the season goes live. The Purveyor of Curiosity in Torment difficulties has been significantly increased in quality. There are now increased chance to acquire legendary, uniques, and ancestral items. This is a great change. And let me tell you, on the PTR, when I was actually leveling my character with no boosts, nothing at all, just starting right from fresh, the Purveyor of Curiosity was a lifesaver. I found an oval goblin as I was leveling. It gave me enough to buy a couple pieces of gear, and I got legendary pieces of gear that I needed. It was really, really beneficial. So this is really good. Wouldn't be as bad now since... Yeah, that's true. Yep. This season, we're focusing on lair bosses and their role in the player journey. Unique items find themselves pulled in 2 directions. On one side, they are a must-find, build-enabling piece of gear with one-of-a-kind powers. On the other, they are super rare items you strive for that create moments of celebration once acquired. In previous seasons, lair bosses leaned heavily towards supporting the former. In our next season, we want to push more towards a middle ground where standard unique items are readily attainable through the Initiate and the greater lair bosses, but the path to ancestral uniques lie directly in defeating the exalted lair bosses, Belial of Lord of Flies. Lord of Lies, not Flies. Because Belial can reward ancestral uniques, we want to give players more freedom on how they get him. By allowing Initiate and greater lair bosses to have a chance at dropping any unique items, the bosses should always feel more relevant to fight. Finally, while we like the social element of bossing, the efficiency gained from doing so in a party was too high. Adjusting the boss summoning flow aims to make the experience more equitable regardless of the party size, while retaining a small bonus for a social play. Okay, so common quality items will no longer drop beyond level 6. Magic items will be prevalent until level 25, when rare and beyond items start to make its precedence. Magic items will appear 1 to 2 affixes. Rare items will now appear with 2 to 3 affixes, with 3 becoming more common as levels increase. Legendary item changes. Legendary item drop rates have been reduced during leveling. Okay. Yeah, so this right here, the value of your lower tier bosses are going to be to get to Belial. Now, Belial has a chance to drop, or guaranteed ancestral unique drops, not legendary gear, ancestral uniques. You can pick the boss that you want the loot to drop from when you kill Belial. It's not a random chance to get all of them. You pick the boss. Let's say that you're a barbarian and you're looking for the ugly bastard helmet. You want an ancestral unique. The best option that you're going to have at that is going to be going and killing Belial. When you open the chest, you're going to select Lord Zir, and then that will drop Lord Zir's loot tables with a guaranteed ancestral unique right there. And you get 2 of them. So it's going to be the best way to do it. So that means that those lower tier bosses and getting to Belial is going to be really important. Did I miss anything? No, you didn't miss anything. We've increased the power of magic and rare items during the leveling, while reducing the legendary item drop rate to address feedback about legendaries too quickly. Become the only items rarity you care about. All right, I'm going to run to the bathroom before we finish the rest of this, but I will be back in 1 second. Oh my gosh, again. Every time I get up, my chair was a great host for this raid. Thank you so much, Violet. Welcome in, Raiders. Perfect timing, I know. We're just going over the patch notes right now. Everybody that is joining us, I am Cliptus. We are going to be running some Barbarians, which is, as we know, Violet's awesome. And favorite class? You rated a chair. You did rate a chair. Thank you for the shout out. Almost like it's planned. I know, for real. So we're going to finish going over these notes here. And then I'm going to start looking at my Barbarian endgame builds. I got to get a couple up and running. I probably, hey Zeus, will just be going straight into Whirlwind right after the leveling process because it's going to be the easiest one to put together. And then probably going to be doing Double Swing. We're going to do Whirlwind, Whirlwind Dust Devils, Whirlwind Earthquakes, maybe Whirlwind Earthquakes Dust Devils. I'm not sure yet. But we're going to be doing some stuff here. But some really, despite some of the Barbarian nerfs and some of the changes to some of the classes here, there has been some great stuff in this to make the quality of life better this season. I'm definitely excited to get in, honestly. I'm very excited to see what new feel is going to feel like. I do like this. All right, Horde key drop chances have been reduced. I don't like that. We're just talking about how we like some things and then we get to that one. I don't like that. I don't know why they... Not sure. I'm not sure why they keep on reducing the number of Infernal Horde keys. People love doing the Infernal Hordes. Infernal Horde, Ether, rewards from the Butcher. That's nice. An extra 50. D2R. Okay, nice. Hey, Van. All lair bosses have been updated to make their fights more challenging and engaging. This includes increases health and damage across the board and changes to the fights itself. Burial, new fight mechanics. Lord's Ear's damage has been significantly increased. Added a warning cone to help players see it coming. That's good. Lord's Ear's blood puddles have been reworked. Fewer of them spawn, but can grow larger. Interesting. Okay. Lord's Ear now summons more Bloodseekers with higher health and damage. Ooh. Gregoire. New mechanics have been added to the boss arena. Varshan. Each monster absorbed by Tormented Echo of Varshan now turns into a persistent seeking projectile. Tormented Echo of Varshan's malignant monsters summoned and absorption mechanics have been, or mechanic was complicated, not well communicated, and can provide Uber Varshan with some potentially frustrating bonuses, such as a constant shield regeneration and hit blind. This change is aimed at making it clear to what the player is happening, or what's happening to the players. So, okay. Violet, what did you do for your stream? What were you doing? Beast in the Ice, various minor tweaks being encountered, probably because it's already hard enough, and people... This is... Crafting recipe does not cost gold and no longer displays cost, which is always 0. Okay. Well, right here. Conduit Shrine has officially been removed. We've heard feedback on the Conduit Shrines. We are disabling them until further notice while reworking them. Conduit Shrines are gone. We will see. We will see. Skills that cost health will now fail to cast if the cost is higher than the player's current health instead of reducing the player to 1 health. That's probably pretty good. Yep. Yep, this is very good. Very good. Okay, Barbarian bug fixes here. These are all up there already. Fix an issue where Call of the Ancients could spawn unlimited Ancients. Ancients are now capped at 12. Hey, Super. That was probably the summoning build that people were talking about. Fixed an issue where unconstrained key passive was extending the duration of berserking. Fixed an issue where increasing the size of Mighty Throw also reduced its lucky hit chance. Oh, interesting. Wait, what's more difficult? Fix an issue where exposed vulnerability passive would override the duration of vulnerable if the attack was otherwise going to apply vulnerable, such as... Oh, interesting. Okay. Fixed an issue where Iron Maelstrom's second and third attack could occasionally have an incorrect cooldown. Ah. Morning, Alex. Oh, yeah. Yep. It does answer your question from yesterday. Thank you for the subscribe. Oh, I ran into this one on the PTR. Fixed an issue where the Echo of Lilith could become invincible during the first phase of the encounter. I ran into that. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's rough, Crimson. Have a good night, Violet, if you're going to bed. Issue or a multi user interface lacking aspect match. Oh, that's nice. Okay. It's an issue where items couldn't be marked as junk or favorited after interacting with the occultist. Okay. Hey, Salamander. All right, well, that's it. What do you guys think? Yeah, so it didn't start again. It didn't talk about the XP from the campaign.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Curtis. How's it going today? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so if campaign XP is unchanged, then okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get to finish the whole Campfire chat either since I have been working. Hey, Nick, thank you for the follow. Does that say YouTube on the screen? That says YouTube. Oh, maybe that. No, that's not it. I saw Nick scribe. Very strange. Very strange. So I guess VOH campaign is gonna be the way to go. Guess it would help if you were a speedrunner for the VOH campaign and knew which way to go. But because I'm gonna be in a group, I probably won't do that. I'm probably gonna go out, hit the incursions first, get myself the boss power I want, and then just do some whispers and some nightmare dungeons and play the game. Um, they did say they dropped fewer fastest, and I think it was like 35 plus is when they said that they're going to start doing it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do first, is the seasonal quest line, then get your powers and just play the season. I'm not gonna bother speed running through anything. I don't get anything for getting there first, so all right. Well, good changes. Makes sense, Crimson. That's gonna be hard to do. That's gonna be hard to do. Um, what do you do first? Well, man, that's a good question. Start and continue your seasonal quest line. You'll continue this until you've unlocked boss powers. Then you either continue the seasonal quest line or you head to step 6. Continue fighting in the incursion until you gain your desired boss power. Then, if you're new player, I gotta adjust this. If you're a new player, then you're gonna start the main campaign. I know why they removed Conduit. Yeah, definitely head to the world boss. I put that in the leveling video that I recorded, because I recorded a leveling video already. I have 1 done out of 6. 7. 1 done out of 7, and I still have to edit. 2. I have 2 recorded out of 8. 2 recorded out of 8. But I have to edit them still. So the problem with the Conduit Shrine, unlike any other shrine in the game, is that you stop using your build completely. You can't do... Well, if you were a Barbarian and you had the Bach Tech rune on, then you could still continue to spawn Earthquakes. But all of the... But the Conduit Shrine stopped you from that. And then most of the other ones were very strong. The Conduit wasn't that strong, and because you can't use your abilities or your build, you now are basically nerfed for 15 seconds. If it would just be lightning and it would run around you and then it would just shoot out and not turn you into that conduit, it would probably be pretty good. But it doesn't. I have to work all weekend, Charmed. I might not actually be on to stream tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. I have to work at 5 a.m. on Saturday morning. Or is this very useful? Oh yeah, that's on my website. I put together a whole leveling guide on the website. Um, well, I mean, I wouldn't take the night off. I'd probably just be recording videos or editing videos. And then I'll go to sleep early, get home early, and do some more editing and some more videos. I don't. I was up at 5 a.m. this morning editing the podcast to make sure that it was done for tonight. Actually, it's time to go live on the podcast, so we're going to do that right now. Wow. Wow, Mary. Rough. It is someone fun. This one is for the Sorks out there. I actually haven't updated the... I completely forgot to update the descriptions. Now I gotta do that first before I hit the launch button. Hi. How's it going, Violet? Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong spot. Going around with D4. Um, that is correct. It is Lurkin. You're heading to bed, Mary? Have a good night. I will get some sleep tomorrow night. I will. Okay. All right. Have a good sleep. Thank you for the raid again. Have a good one. Okay. I am just going to update this so that I can post this. But yeah, so we're gonna be new one is going to be Lurkin, who actually just should have done in the Sanctuary Discord their new version of they did like a community chat or something like that today. I don't know if anybody got to see it. Yes, it is. We got Lurkin on the podcast. That's who we're going to be doing next. I'm going to release it in just a second. Probably should have done all of this earlier this morning, but I was very tired and I forgot to do it. Then let's see. Let's find this here. Bunch of other. We had brunch together once, and I threw hollandaise sauce at his wife. I can't tell if that's a joke or not. I can't imagine if it was true. Wait, what did I just do? Goes down the wrong one. No. Wait. What did I do? Publish now. Okay, no, I didn't. I didn't. Okay, save. Okay, hopefully this is ready. I can't wait either. So now I just got to get to Spotify. Upload that to Spotify. Oh, wait, no. I think I need Spotify. I need to do that. I need to save this one specifically. Well, there's been 41 streams and 14 followers on Spotify. Cool. Haven't played since season 2. You won't recognize the game, Fry. No, not specifically. So is Barb the best starter class to get farming? That's actually I'm not 100% sure what's going to be. Don't hold on, let me get this. Let me just get this uploaded. Oh, for the way definitely for the better. The game is in a really good spot right now. Expansion pack is great. The overall it's in a very good spot. Okay, so then we got to save this here. Episode list. All right, so the episode is out. I want to do this up here, get the title in. And we want to get the description in. Okay, so then let's see. Good, it's good, that's good, good, good. Oh, wait. That. This is episode 4, right? Okay. That one's up. So I had 41 streams of the podcast on that's just on Spotify itself. So on Spotify, it's been played 41 times. It does work. And it'll speed up the animation too. It'll speed up the animation as well. I have 14 Spotify followers too. Cool. All right. Then, is it automatically uploading to YouTube? I gotta remember. I don't remember if this was automatically uploading to YouTube or not. I have to do it myself. I do it myself now. But we didn't do the RSS feed. This is how your playlist looks. Why am I killing you? Because I took all your points? Did I upload it? Okay, so it's supposed to go to YouTube. Maybe it's just posting to YouTube for video. It is uploading. Okay. Okay, that's good. It's at 0%. Perfect. Even better. Okay, so now what's weird is I can't reuse my... That's going to upload to YouTube very slowly, it looks like. I didn't even... Why is there two uploading now? I'm confused. Ugh. This here. We're gonna go into here. And we're going to do this here. Episodes. Lurkin, Diablo 4. Oh, I guess I can just do that? Really? That's good to know. Okay, almost done. A lot of work. I fix this. Do right there. Hey, put in 10 months in a row. So crazy. There's so many people that have hitting that like big numbers. Well, I appreciate it very much. Shadows glow. Here, download. Following for 7 months. You must have unfollowed and followed again. This is MD. How did your drive back go? Ninja's been following for 7 months also. 29 days. I just met Sacred 30 days ago. Nice. Playlist. Done. No. Har made it, so all good. Fast has been following for 6 months. Whole half a year. Nice. Oh, you got Sacred beat. $12 days. Okay. There's that one. Okay. Cool. What's interesting is that when I upload a YouTube video, I'm able to basically just like copy everything. This one doesn't allow me to do that. Wait, did I just update the wrong one? I think I updated the wrong one. Oh well. I'll wait and see what happens here. Just here to milk the points. I don't really watch myself stream too often, so 5 days out of 2 years. Ugh. Oh, YouTube is still updating. So Lurkins, YouTube video will be out very soon. Open this page here. This is the Mobalytics planner. Wait, leaving and never coming back is not going to help you catch up. Sacred just linked the Mobalytics planner so that you can click on that link right there, gaming. See, this build was an Earthquake build using Bash. So I don't know if it's going to work. It's the link right above what you just said. Click on that link. I don't know if it's going to work. I want to use this. I think this is what I tested on the PTR. I cannot remember if this was build that I tested or not. I think this was it because these are the builds that I put together while we were on the PTR. I think that's it. Oh no, let me do that real quick. Hey Tao, how's it going? Well, at least Bagel's sleeping below me. Think. I think I'm gonna go with this for my build. So I'm gonna put this in a MOBA. This will be it right here. This will be the first Endgame build, but I'll put in options without the ultimate. But I think Hoda Quake, or not Quake, Quake Stomp is still going to be my first step into it. Yes, that's it. You have to kill Lilith to get Lilith's boss power. Incursions are only going to have the blue boss powers. Yeah, no more conduit shrines, I know. We were talking about that. Alright, so we're gonna put this in. This is what I test on the PTR for my straight DPS. Pure whirlwind DPS right here. Wait, what happened here? Delete. Okay. Is this good? Is it good? Is it done? Is it okay? Okay. All right. Oh, another good win. All right. Lurkin's podcast is up. Can everybody just make sure it's up on YouTube? Can everybody just make sure that it's working correctly for me? You don't have to watch the whole thing yet. I just want to make sure that it's working correctly. Let me get a link real quick. Hold on. Terrible link. There you go. So the only thing that I have to do left is post about it. Working 1080p. All right. All right. Cool. Thank you. All right. So there we go. Pure whirlwind build. Do I have any whirlwind builds from before? I can just update. Let's double check. When earthquake. When kick. That was a fun build. Whirlwind kick. Whirlwind. That looks like it's pretty much it, minus the stomp, but I can just change that one up. Coda. Season 6-1. 3 more followers for more points. That's correct. 3 more followers on Twitch will give away some points. All right, here we go. Taking this one. Season 8. I need a title for the whirlwind build. Quick, go. Title. All right, so we're going with your classic whirlwind. Do I want to run, or do I want to put leap? Do I want to drop Iron Skin for leap? Whirly smash? Well, it's not really smashing, is it? If it was smashing, then yeah, sure. Whirlwind? Ah, that's not fun. We did so good for the leveling build. Let's just make the safe version of it. This will be the safe version. Nice and
presented to you by Cliptus. supported unofficially by Blizzard Entertainment. The first ever look at the most overpowered, most awaited for class to be released in an AARPG, Ghost Barbarian. Enjoy. Go Barb Nation.
All right. Got it. Huh. Now, I guess I want to put together one without. Leave Iron Warrior here. Go with Fortress. That's really nice. All the tempers are still in there. Well, I'm not going to have to change around. Fast Berserker. Hugo is currently sleeping on top of one of the houses. He smashed it down and is sleeping on top of it. Look at him. Look at this guy. Just... Oh my god. I'm dead. Alright, so Iron Skin cooldown reduction. That was my defensive, my utility. What do I want to run for? Easy. Size. 3. Power. Offensive. Hey. Been about time. I know, fastest. Okay. We're gonna get rid of all of the aspects first. This will just be a transition into Whirlwind. Is it gonna be good? I don't know. Are we gonna try it? Absolutely. Max life, theory per second, and then things, movement speed. Bonus of Mobility is movement speed here. Yeah, everybody was waiting for you last night. You just didn't show up. Limitless Rage, Edge Masters, Accelerating. Don't need Force of Nature. So we're gonna run what? Intercom? No. Retribution. Underground, that's upheaval. Grasp, Whirlwind Expectant. Not using a basic skill here. We should definitely do a Flame Barbarian at some point. We should definitely do one. Oh, I guess we could run Conceited here, actually. That'll give us a 60x. Let's do that. We'll run Conceited here. Strikers, this is pretty easy. We just run Bold Chieftain. Attack speed. Strength. Crit chance. We'll max out attack speed. Let's do strength. Now let's do critical strike. At least I don't change my mind at all. Then I think we'll just go Warcry cooldown reduction. And Wrath of the Berserker cooldown reduction. And then we don't need Earth Striker. So we'll go with Vehement Brawler. Oh, Vehement Brawler. Rid of that. We should go. Maybe actually that's. Orc. Let's do Wrath. Wrath the Berserker cooldown. Then. Oh yeah, that's right. We only got. I have till. Well, they let me extend it because of the time zone, but we have till Saturday. 30% off if you use code Cliptus for Rogue Energy. I just made partner with them, which is pretty cool. So I have to update my screen. Out of nowhere, they sent me um an email asking me if I wanted to join their partner program. Is this a leveling? This is an endgame build here. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. Remember that really weird comment that I read to everybody last night? The one about like traveling for 12 years, looking for signs in the stars only to like to come back here or something like that. No, it was just a random comment on a video on a YouTube short that I did for Diablo 4. And so I just all I did was just respond with "Welcome back." Like I didn't know what to say. Like it came out of nowhere. It was completely random. It was not a bot. They responded. I got a response today. They said, "So I'm guessing the video I meant to comment on has a Diablo comment for everyone to read, probably." And they also said that it was the wrong video that they commented on. They thought they were doing something else. And I said, "It got us a bunch of laughs and confusion. That makes a ton more sense." They said, "That's really funny." Because I asked like what it was. They said that it was just like a Joe Rogan podcast that they were watching. So they commented on the wrong one. Very funny. Wrath of Berserker cooldown. Yeah, so we're putting together an endgame build right now for Whirlwind, straight damage, Whirlwind. Oh wow. Because of work, Ashen. Boz, they changed that around a little bit. They increased the amount that you're gonna get from level 1 to 25. That was in a little sub note. I need armor somewhere, actually. I'm gonna put armor. Forgot that we have to actually spec into this. I'm gonna go total armor percent. This is just like a very base introduction, just to get you set up. So I'm gonna build a little bit more defensively. Let's go with here. Go to one. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Which runes do we want to run? Ah, I want to just put on blue runes for this one here. So we're gonna go with that. And we're not gonna. So we're gonna do not that one either. Not that one. Do that for now. Oh, that's a bummer. Best one I got, I guess. Guess I can always just do that. We'll go with the yellow runes. I do really just want to run the wolves though. Man, there really isn't much to choose from though. At all. Guess I could just do this. Go with that. Okay. And main boss powers. Okay, that's fine actually. Wandering is fine. S-beam. Blackmailer sabotage. Sign rats, thin rats. I don't know what. I think we'll wait on putting harbingers on. Casting a. Yeah, we don't actually need that because that's a basic skill. That wouldn't even work. Why do I have that on? So, boss power spends all your primary resources. Not do that with a whirlwind. Oh, I think it would be fine. Pretty nerf though. Your main boss power now chills enemies at damages by 50. That's fun. Activating main boss power fears. That's not fun. Guns. We don't need that. Heals you. Let's go. Well, we could just do that for movement speed. Um, get a critical strike chance. Do that. We probably won't be capped out. We'll do that. All right. Yes, they are guaranteed to drop on the first kill. Done. Kill tree. Good news is I don't have to do leveling paths, so I can just put points in. We don't really have much of a choice. We can't go here. Kind of a bummer. Let's see how the Fury generation is here, but that's first time chatter. Getting interested in D4 this season because the game is getting harder. Yeah, it was definitely going to be a fun feel. The leveling process isn't going to be too bad. Not gonna be super slow. They sped it up just a little bit. The bosses are definitely gonna be harder. That's gonna be an interesting thing to see. I think the bosses, the Torment 4 bosses, are much harder than Torment 4 is itself. So I'm pretty curious to see what that's gonna be like. I think everybody's gonna have to get used to different hit clears. I don't think we're gonna be seeing the same numbers that we were before, or even close to that. Is this the thing? Well, is this thing with farming renown solved, or do we have to collect the stuff in the zones again? No, no, no. That hasn't been like that since season 1. But so the way that renown works is that all your waypoints don't open up again. You're still gonna have to go collect them. You still have to do the strongholds. All of that stuff you have to do. Oh, okay. You stopped playing in season 1. Then yes, there you go. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So if you've done it already, you're gonna have to log onto your Eternal character first. Then it will give you all the renown when you start your next character. So just make sure you log back onto the seasonal character again. And that'll do it. Yep, no problem. This also deals a hit, up a chance to stun the enemy, or 30% chance with a two-handed weapon. This also deals 30% physical damage to them. Season 1, it does feel like it was so long ago, doesn't it? Well, now I don't know Ironforged, honestly. With the huge nerfs to earthquakes, I don't know, the aspect change or the affix change on the gloves for double swing. That's a big one. So double swing might end up being really good. What was I just looking at? Yeah, the
Use it well.
confirmed download of episode 5 on YouTube. Okay, perfect. Wait, did they change that? And I missed it? Wait, did they change concussion? Is that 90% X? It just says 90% physical damage to them. And maybe that's a Mobalytics error? What does this say? It does, but it just... So that says X. That says X. That just says deals 30% physical damage to them. Where did I miss that? Is that... Is it multiplicative or is it additive? It's got to be multiplicative because it's just physical damage, right? How did I miss that? Might actually have to put a Dust Devil aspect on once. Okay, so how does the Whirlwind Barb look from the patch notes? Nate? They gave Whirlwind itself a buff, but not much else. But this right here is interesting. I think that's multiple. It's got to be multiplicative, right? There's no way that it's not. So if that's the case, then for this build here, I don't know how I missed this, but you go bonus ranks to concussion. Bonus ranks to concussion. It doesn't say X next to it, though. That says a plus. That says an X. This just says this also deals 30% physical damage to them. Is it the stun that deals it? The stun deals 30% of what damage? Weapon damage? Does that run through all the other multipliers? So confused now. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna leave it as I had it before. And then if it's something that needs to change, then I definitely will. I'll change it after. Very interesting. Size. Okay, so I think we're good now, right? Oh no, we're not. Whirlwind. Hey, thank you for the follow,
Hello,
Toko.
my
How's it going
friend.
today?
Stay a while and listen.
2 more followers on Twitch. We'll give away some points to everybody. Maybe, but the key passive still isn't buffed, so bleed probably really still won't do a lot of damage. Maybe it'll scale a little bit with the boss powers, but I just don't see it. I still don't see it doing a lot of damage. Gotta get the power damage. Let's go champ. Break damage. I have to do the math at some point just to make sure that that looks right. That's good then, right? Good. Here's updated. Five more points. Revenge. Higher. Wonder where Born Dead is. Not sure if change that to might. What do I use? Boards. Warbringer. I don't know for this board if I don't know for this one if we need Warbringer. If we use Ramaladni's, then we would. So for this one first, we'll go with Carnage. Not what I wanted at all. Edge. With this is 59 strength. Blood Raid with Ire. Blood Raid. Fire. And then ambidextrous. We're not going to run ambidextrous. We're going to swap that to might. We're going to run two-handed here. And I think I'll do a Ramaladni's version, and then we'll do a two-handed, maybe a grandfather version. Or polearm. We'll probably do a polearm version. Swap with might. We're going to run Marshall in the next one? Yeah. Marshall and Decimator. I wish they would. So, okay, so Iron Forge. I did actually run Bleed with one of the boss powers. And I ran it with Tyrael's Might. Did I show you the clip? It looked exactly like season 4. See if I can find it real quick. Go back. Hey, Arari, I'm good. Yeah, the changes were good. Nothing like groundbreaking, but the changes were good. They removed the shrine of the conduit shrine. That was good. World record, world record. Oh, here it is. So this is it right here. This is pit 60. So this is in Torment 4 already. Torment 4 was 55. My masterworking isn't done yet. It's running Tyrael's Might to spread the bleed. You can see when it hits the monsters, you can see their life. So I'll probably put this together also. Um, well, nobody really knows exactly what it's going to be like when we actually get into the season. Then everything is going to be a lot different. But it's looking preliminarily, I don't even know if that's a word. Uh, right now, it's looking like the Spiritborn might have a great season. The Bloodwave Necro will probably have a great season again. The Sork's got some pretty nice buffs also, so we're gonna have to see how that turns out. It's a different board, right? Carnage board, okay. That is So we'll see. I'm playing the Barbarian no matter what. So it doesn't really matter what class is strong or not. I'm just gonna be on the Barbarian. And we're gonna go straight up here. Around here for damage. Damage to bleeding right now. We'll eventually get there. Again, make sure that I get enough points put in. Run the build first. Then we'll figure out from there. Wait, what? I thought I deleted the other. There are two feeds for YouTube? Oh. There's an audio only and a... Wait, I turned that off, though. Welcome, Wanderers, to the Masters of Sanctuary Clipcast. I'm your host, Cliptis, and I am... Dang it. Cancel that one. I'm going to delete that. Not supposed to be there. Turned off the RSS feed, too, and I'm not sure why it's still doing that. That's a bummer. Okay. A humble name a Clipcast is? Yes, it is. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. The most humble. I am so far behind. I am so far behind. I don't know how I'm going to do all this. I really... Max Fury. So little time and not enough of it. I need another one of me. I need some clones. Anybody know how to clone? Need to get to 260. I have to sleep. I don't do good at all-nighters. I don't know how all these streamers do 24-hour streams. Okay, 260 spent. There we go. That's the start. I think like 17 or 18 hours, something like that. It was wrecked me. Yeah, for Diablo. Is Waffle gonna throw up now? Okay. Oh, yep, she did. She threw up again. No. No. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with these dogs. These things are, these chips are so good. So addicting. Yep, that's the one, Tob. Tob. Tob or Tob? Hey, Skids, we're doing good. My dogs are not doing great, but we're doing good. Waffle also threw up now. I don't know what's going on. They're just very phlegmy. I don't know. Yeah, not good. The chili cheese Fritos. They numb some grass. I actually think that that's false. I think that um they shouldn't be eating grass. Yeah, I mean there wasn't anything game changing. Barb's got some pretty rough nerfs. But we've been in worse spots before. The Conduit Shrine is gone, officially. Maybe they didn't really get any change at all. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, there were quite a bit of nerfs to some of the classes. Some buffs though. Double Swing got some good buffs. Most of the Barb core skills were buffed by at least 10%. Double Swing got a really interesting buff though. It's twin strikes here. That critical strike chance is getting replaced with chance to deal double damage. I know, wrecking. I'm not. I know. I'm actually moving it all over into Mobalytics. The D4 build is not complete. That was just what I was messing around with on the PTR. Yeah, non. It's actually pretty much my only video game. I played PoE for what, like a week? Okay, make everybody mad and put a Bach in already. I don't know if I want to do Zek though. No, I played video games since I was a kid. This is just the only one I'm playing right now. Wait, how is it a nerf? It was just straight damage increase. Oh yeah, no, I've been playing video games. They they basically doubled the damage that Whirlwind does, like at its base core. I'm I'm old too. You guys can probably see it, but there's white in my beard, and don't get me wrong, not gray. It's white, like pure white. Guess we'll just run this back here for now. Congrats on ranking up. That's what we're here for. We got you. You know, I have to say this. And I I don't like the way the cosmetics look in PoE. They look so like it's basically it feels so just like one tone. I don't know what it is about it. Like so most of it's so hard to read like
Hello,
what's
my
going on.
friend. Stay a while and listen.
I don't know, it's weird. I'm not the biggest fan of their cosmetics. But yeah, you look good. The the like celestial thing in the back is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know what's up with it. I'm not sure why they're like that. Wait, yeah, that's what I said. I said the galaxy thing in the cape or the celestial thing looks good. I have glasses actually. I normally use them when I'm at work or when I'm driving. Don't necessarily need them because like this is all fine, not blurry at all, but distance is a little. I have an astigmatism in this eye, so I normally wear them for. I think it's honestly from all the gaming. Yeah, see when I'm playing the Barbarian, I just swing my hammer around wildly. I don't need to see what's going on. If I can spin faster than they can come at me, game over. Stuff a few meters away? Hmm. I was trying to figure out what he was saying, so I was hoping if I like sounded it out, I still don't understand. So I probably won't ever get it. Oh, 3 foots. Got it. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 3 foots. I just gotta. Yeah, you see, when things get about 3 foots away, I just can't start seeing them anymore. Um, wonder if the Lockrins would actually work here. I actually think I might run Lockrins. I'm gonna put it in the build, try it out. That look good? We done? We get it all up and running? I was hoping they were going to change this blister, but they did not change it at all. Yeah, so I don't. So for the Mighty Throw Barb, Paul, I don't think that it's going to be a hit pusher necessarily. Maybe. I don't know. Because it's once every 12 seconds, and you can't change that. I don't really like any of these. Maybe, maybe Lord Zir. Just for some survivability as you get a little bit further in, but I think I'm going to leave it just like that. Honestly, it'll probably be like pit pushing in the very first, or the first two seasons where, the first two seasons of the pit being launched. Nobody cleared at all. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be that. There are a lot of people that have started that the only thing they know is people clearing 150. And also that the pit used to be level 200 and not just 150. Okay. So that's done. But it's not good enough. And I got to remove that. Yeah, I think so, Van. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see that. Especially if they come in really, really hard early in the season and get the outlier builds. What I do need to do? Why don't we do this? Yeah, let's do that. Oh wait, oh wait. What do you guys think? If I put on the Whirlwind Dust Devil aspect, anything touched by Whirlwind takes 25x damage. Does that make it? But I'm not spec'd into Whirlwind at all, or into Dust Devils at all. But if I put Dust Devils on, for that extra 25x damage, does that make it a non-pure damage Whirlwind build? Even though the damage is not coming from Dust Devils, it's just there for the multiplier? What do you think? Because I think that's honestly probably going to be the way to go. Yeah, it's just for a proc. Not for... I'm not specking into Dust Devils. I'm not going into the... I haven't put any of the other ones on. I'm gonna do it. I didn't go into Nature's Fury. It's been pretty underwhelming since it had its heyday. Okay. So that's good. Yeah, Dust Devil's kind of just like God, I don't even know. Yep, they are nerfed. All right, everybody. It is time. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta work early tomorrow. But I'll make a post tomorrow if I'm gonna be on or not. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I'll make a couple. I'll post everywhere just so that people can know if I'll be on. But Saturday night I will definitely be on. Sunday night I have to close the building, so no stream Sunday. And then Monday streaming, but stream short and early because I want to try and get sleep so I can play all day Monday or Tuesday, I mean. So that'll be the schedule for the next couple days. Yes, I just need this endgame here and then one more, and then I'm done. I just have to record videos for all of them. So those are all going to be on the MOBA profile. And on my website, I'll have everything. So I'm going to add a whole web build page for it. So that'll be there too. So see you guys later.